Yo, what's up? This is Retronic Ice Cap, Mr. Ice Cap channel. This video is about the career, future, and possibilities of what you could see from Stooshe. Sorry for the lighting, it's a bit dark and that, it's the phone. My room light is on, as you can see from the background and that, but the camera's just a bit fucked up at the moment. But that's besides that. Yeah, I want to get started with Stooshe, the best female girl group in the UK right now. First thing I want to say is that the group Stooshe, right, they stand for realism, they stand for creativity, and they stand for loyalty as well, and respect as well. You know why? It's because unlike a lot of celebrities nowadays, right, they appreciate their fans and what their fans, contribute to them. You know what I'm saying? Like myself, I'm a Stooshe fan too, and I'm only 25 years old, but that's besides that. It doesn't matter how old you are. You could be a fan of anybody. You know what I'm saying? You could be 25, 35, 45, even 60. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're a fan and a supporter, it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's that. They're basically they've got the package. They've got the total package. But there's something missing. They're very underrated as well. They don't get the credibility that they deserve. I mean, they first came together as a group, as a collective group in early 2011, officially. They started making music around then. I think their first song was Betty Was Gone or something like that. That was their first single. I think that was just a little mess about. I think they said in one of their interviews that a few of their tracks didn't make it on the Warner Brothers record label or something like that. But a few of their songs did, and the biggest song that they've made so far is Black Heart, and that came out about a year and a half ago, and that's still playing on the radios up to this day. So that just tells you something. But at the same time, they deserve more credibility, and they deserve more notification. Like, what am I talking about? They deserve more exposure from fans. I know they've been to the States a few times to promote themselves and to try and see what the US has in store for them, but nothing's been finalized yet or something. I know this past summer they were in LA and they were in talks about what they can do in the United States in the future and that. And around that time, their Twitter account supposedly got hacked. So I really don't know what happened there. Like, when they got their Twitter back on track, their HQ said that they was working under management. They were going under maintenance. Apparently they were sort of changing their management team or whatever, maybe hence why we haven't really heard much from them. They were, they're currently doing shows here and there. They're switching on the Christmas lights. I think it's in Scotland or something. Yeah, could be one of them places. They're switching on the lights later this month. They got, I think they helping out one of some band that I don't even know. They actually supporting them in, Manchester as well on the 22nd. Correct me if I'm wrong, but 22nd of this month, November 2013. So basically, that's what they've been doing most of the time. Like, anytime they do a tour or something like that, or an event, it's always with a helping hand of a well-known band that everybody knows. Because, see, the thing is with Stooshe, they're very, very smart. You see, in order to get noticed by a lot of people, you need to work with the most known person, the most known artist or band, for them to put you over, so other people will start looking into what you do and, you know, knowing you more. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. But that's how it is, and that's how I see it. Like, you need, like, in the industry, you just need to work with the best to be the best. Like they say, to be the best, you gotta beat the best, and you gotta explore the best and gain the ideas from them and mix it into your own. So basically, they've been put over in the past by the likes of Nicki Minaj, Jennifer Lopez, Jessie J. They've been put over by quite well-known groups and artists, and even TLC as well, which they admire and inspire. So, you know, that tells you something. They've gained, you know, little credibility, but not enough that they deserve, that they truly deserve. It's like fans, like, it's like they have fans, but at the same time, fans are still wondering who they are. You know what I mean? I mean, they only have, what, over 200,000 followers on Twitter, and they've been on Twitter since 2010. Now, in my mind, I'm kind of wondering, I don't really want to get into this, but I'm starting to think the reason why they're not as big as they should be, they're not on the level of a Little Mix or One Direction, is because they are not conformers. They have a say in what they do, and they're not puppets, they're not controlled. You know, even though they're signed to Warner Brothers, and yeah, okay, yeah, they do have limitations in what they say and what they do, but at the same time, it's the record company that organizes their events and their album covers, their travel and whatnot. It's like they get told what to do by the record company. So if they kind of go against what the record company tells them, you know, they can easily be dropped from a record label like that, especially if, you know, they're not really as popular as Little Mix and that. So they just need to be on board. But they are getting to that level as well, because 2030 has been a great year for them. You know what I mean? I've met them personally myself, and they're really nice people. You get me? They're not fake or anything. You know, if you approach them, you know, all depends on how you approach people. You know what I mean? But if you approach them, they're more likely to talk to you as a friend. They don't see you as you know, a piece of dollar sign or pound sign or penny or whatever. They don't see you beneath their shoe. You know what I'm saying? They just see you as a human being. They just see you as a regular person, and they just like to talk to you if they've got the time, you know, get to know you a little bit more, and, you know, so forth. So don't be afraid to approach them. You know, just come correct though. You know, I'm not saying you should approach them anyhow or at the wrong place at the wrong time. Just know the time and place, you know, to actually approach them, you know, in a respectful manner, and you'll get a positive response. But, you know, it just sucks that they're underrated. I really don't get why they're underrated. You know, they're way more talented than a lot of the girl groups out there today. I guarantee you that. My opinion, London with the Lights On, that was a really good album. You know, there's a lot of songs that I liked. My favorite song from the album is My Man Music. That's my favorite one yet. And my second favorite one is Put the Kettle On. That one's pretty good. I like the beat of that too. And what's it called? What else? There's other songs that I like of theirs as well, but My Man Music, I just like the beat. It reminds me of one of them 90s old school reggae beats that were around them times, but it's like they're bringing the old school vibe back. They're very retro, just like me. I'm retro too. You know, that's why I call myself Retronic Nice Cat. I'm into old school hip hop. I'm into old school R&B, pop, rock, you name it. I'm not really too fond of the new school that is currently played today, because I've never really been a new school guy. You know, even when I was young, you know, I never really felt the new school vibe at all, because it's just too corporate and it's just too commercial for me, for my liking. So I think the old school had more meaning and was more real, and you know, it kind of was very related to a lot of people. So I think today is just too gimmicky. You know, it just can't relate to what the new artists say in their songs, especially the mainstream ones. I'm not talking about the underground ones, but mainly the mainstream ones that are in your face all the time. So nah, that's not for me. So that's why I relate to Stooshe more, because they're old school. Like Courtney and Alexandra, they are into old school R&B sort of thing, and Karis is more modern, but a little bit old school, but modern hip hop. Like she like the Jay-Z's, the Beyonce's, the Kanye West, and then they each to their own. But music is music, so whatever floats your boat, then it's all good in the hood. But back to what I was saying about Stooshe, like I just think, I have a feeling that 2014 is going to be the year of Stooshe, the year of the squad. I think they're going to reach new heights that they've never reached before, and I think 2014 is going to be the biggest challenge for Stooshe, because they're going to be working on the second album as well, which is hopefully due to be released sometime, maybe mid 2015, around summertime, maybe June, July, who knows, or it could be released later next year, depending on how fast the album could be done. So, you know, I saw their recent cover. It looks really, really good. It looks pretty sick to me. So I can't wait to see what they deliver and what new materials they can bring to the table. So that's that. And yeah, and the underrated thing, I just think that maybe it's not their time to shine. It's like they're just building themselves up. They're on the mediocre level at the moment. Even though they're talented in terms of popularity wise, they're mediocre. Next year they're gonna be on the top tier. So, you know, I have a feeling that they're gonna reach new heights. This is just the beginning. Things are just warming up. That's why the HQ tweeted about a few months ago, back in late August, early September, that there's been changes in management. So who knows? Maybe if they go to America again next year, they could blow up. Never know. Who knows? You know, they could get signed to a major label. They could leave Warner Brothers and could be transferred to a bigger label, or get discovered by some well-known, production. Who knows? Anything can happen. America could be their big break. You know? I mean, Cher Lloyd is currently in the US right now. She's been over there for over a year, ever since she had piss bottle thrown over her face over a year ago. And she hasn't been back in England since. She's more happier in America. She's gaining more success over there, even though we don't really hear much about her over in the UK anymore. But over there, she seems a lot more happy in what she's doing. She's collaborating with the likes of Demi Lovato and other people. So she's doing her thing. Kudos to her, innit? But Stooshe could reach that level very, very soon. And I know that they can reach that level. So, Stooshe, you're number one until the world is done. You know what I mean? The best girl group in the UK. Karis, Courtney and Alexandra. Courtney, she's a very cute girl, even though she can be very, very shy at times when meeting fans and talking to people. But she's just too cute. You know what I mean? Karis, she's just bubbly. She's just an outgoing person. She's more of like, you know, interactive. You know, she can interact with you on any type of level. She's not afraid to speak her mind. She's very outspoken. She's outgoing and everything. Alexandra, she's more observed. She can be the same. She can communicate and interact with you. Not afraid to talk. She's the first girl out of the group. She's mainly the first person to approach guys, because they've said it in the interview as well. You know, anytime they meet a guy, Alex is the first one to make the move. So yeah, Alexandra and Karis have kind of had that same chemistry, but at the same time, Alex does have that reserved, you know, side of her. She knows when to keep quiet, and she knows when to talk if needed to. So that's that right there. But besides that, that's my video, and that's my take on Stooshe and their career and their future career, you know what I mean? So anything's possible now. The seed is starting to grow in their career. I'm pretty sure this time next year, the whole world is gonna know about Stooshe. You know, they may have over 200,000 followers. By next year, hopefully, they may have 500,000. You know what I'm saying? You know, it depends on the exposure that they get and the right direction that's given to them. So, you know, I just pray for them. You know what I'm saying? I pray for them every day that they gain success. You know what I mean? And hopefully one day I'll collaborate with them when I, you know, get famous in some sort of way. So anything's possible. You know, you can never doubt things nowadays, because when you doubt things end up proving you wrong, and you just, you know, you kind of feel stupid. So never doubt anything. Never underestimate the abilities of anybody. Always be you. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do something. You know, forget the haters, because there's always haters. No matter if you're a celebrity or not, you always get haters wherever you go. It doesn't matter. And one thing that I want to say, music has nothing to do with your age, race, disability, or whatever. If you have the ability to do something, you can do it. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do this, you can't do that. You know what I mean? You can do something if you put your mind to it. That's what God has given us, the abilities, hidden talents. So we have the ability to become successful if we put our minds to it and let nobody stop us from fulfilling our destiny and dreams. You know, you can reach that level if you want, if you're an upcoming artist and you want to make it to the industry. That's my advice that I'll give to you. Because people nowadays, there's a lot of jealous people out there that want to try and put another person down. But it all depends on how you overcome the obstacles and prove the critics wrong. You know, it just makes you a stronger person, because criticism is part of life. It only makes you stronger. It doesn't make you weaker. The only way it will make you weaker is if you let it get to you and just quit. But if you're a fighter and a warrior, you'll say, fuck the critics. Let me show you how it's done. Because at the end of the day, those people who like to judge people, they're no better than you. They're just jealous. So that's that right there. Anyways, this is Retronic Ice Cat. Follow me on Twitter at Retronic Ice Cat. And follow Stooshe as well at Stooshe, STOOSHE. Courtney, Carson, Alexandra. Love you girls. Peace out.